All right, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Brad here, coming at you from RPO BMX Laboratory here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. It is hot and humid Wednesday, I believe. We're somewhere at like July 24th, I think, and it's pretty hot here. Wrist is still bugging me, so I have only been able to cruise around a little bit this summer, which is kind of frustrating, but that's okay. So this I have done a bike check on. It was a little different when I first did it. However, I'm going to redo it because it's been sitting long enough to get a little dusty. No one's purchased it. It was a shop build using all new products from Primo and Stranger. But I figured I'd display it one last time, offer it up for sale, and if no one's interested, I'll start breaking it down and you guys can pick at it if you'd like. So let's get into it here. This is I also want to keep you guys posted on the giveaways. So the last giveaway I told you went to Mike 6, and that was a Cult Utility Toolkit. And the next giveaway, that was the seventh person who spent $50 or $75 at RPO BMX. Now, this next one is going to be the 8th person to spend $100 at RPO BMX is going to grab one of these. A free Odyssey utility switch pack. I'm not sure, this is a version from a year or so ago. Pretty cool. It's navy blue, and it has the Odyssey decal there. It hooks on your bike here. You can hook it on with all kind of different straps. You can wear it around your shoulder. You can wear it as a shoulder pack, waist pack, backpack, however you like. And if you don't want it, you can probably just trim them off. But it's pretty nice. It has Velcro here, which has a pack in the back. It'll definitely hold all your tools, cell phone, whatnot. So yeah, 8th person, you're in luck because you're going to get one of those for free. Odyssey doesn't give me those to give away. They don't sponsor me. I have no sponsors, so I'm just going to give that away. And right now, since I started it, and I like to start it as soon as the last one ends, we are at the 4th person. So Victor, James, and Aaron, you guys were the first 3 to spend $100, and I thank you guys. Shout out to those guys. Victor in New England, James in Maryland, and my boy Aaron in Oregon. So we need 5 more, and you get that free. So keep an eye on that, and I will keep you posted. Now to the build. So this is a Stranger Honest frame. It is a 21.69 inch top tube. What does that mean? That means this frame is for the taller riders. I would say I've ridden it, and when I get older, I wouldn't mind cruising around on one of these. It actually felt kind of like a cruiser or a 22 inch for me I'm like 5'8", 5'8 and a half. So a little too big for me to ride street with, but definitely nice enough to cruise around on. A couple things to note right off the bat. This is a brakeless frame, so you cannot hook brakes onto this unless you want to drill them on. And it is a left-hand drive cassette, so it's not a free coaster, so you're not going to be out there having trouble riding it, but it does not have brakes, so keep that noted. And to give you guys sound, we got a nice little Primo Balance XL cassette hub on the back in the rose gold color, and I might as well stay with the wheels. They are both laced to Cinema 333 rims that were new at the time, and I had them powder coated black or a matte black color to match with this. On the front, same rim, and the hub is a Primo N4FL, which stands for flangeless hub, and also in the rose gold. And this has the alloy hub guards that I've talked about before, which take the place of the current Primo N4FL nylon cones and aluminum guard, which doesn't protect your hub very much, especially not a flangeless hub. So if you guys do run Primo N4FL front hubs, I do have these alloy guards if you are interested in the shop, and they will definitely protect your hub. And we got some nice alloy valve caps. So next, let's get to the bars. These are Stephen August's Stranger Come Over bars. They're a 9.5 reach with Primo Chase D Heart grips. And you can see the big box of the Come Over bars. It's a very different style. I didn't have them on the last build, but it really completes it with all of Stephen's signature parts at the moment. So that's definitely, someone had asked me to do a check with the Come Over bars. So here you go. These are the Come Over bars. They have 9.5 inch rise box and a 29-inch width, which is pretty perfect. The stem is also a signature of Stephen August. It is the Primo down stem. This stem I also had refinished, especially with powder coat, and I highlighted the Primo lettering in white. I think it gives it a nice clean look, and the powder coat matches the bars and the rims. Then we have a rose gold this is a rose gold Primo mid headset. Someone else had done a bike check, I believe, on the rose gold parts that I saw, and they were trying to put the bike together and they couldn't. They had a rose gold Stevie Churchill headset. Most people don't know, but the Stevie Churchill high-rise headset is a little taller than most. It came out when people started to ride their bars taller, and most forks had really tall steer tubes, so he used that high-rise stem to take the place of a lot of that steer tube length and to bring the bars up. But as time went on, head tubes started getting taller, such as this one is about 5 inches. So you're not going to be able to, with certain forks, throw that super tall headset cap on and still have it fit nicely and safely onto this type of frame, or a frame with a much taller head tube than the standard 4-inch, 4.25-inch head tube that most bikes have. The forks are the Primo Infinity forks. These are a 25 millimeter offset. They are welded at the bottom. These are not an InvestCast fork, but they do come in at a great price at $140, and I like them. They're cool. They have nice decals on each side and nice little blue Primo design sticker on the inside. Classic fork, won't break the bank, and like I said, I think the dropouts are 5 millimeters, so they're thick enough, and I don't know, I've ridden them for a while, not these particular pair, but other pairs, and I have never had any issues. Like I said, this is a shop build, so all these parts on here right now have not been ridden, aside from a few test rides, like 2 miles. The tires. We have these rims wrapped in some Primo wall tires, one of Primo's most classic tires. They come in 2.35, I believe, or is it a 2.30? Oh, let me just double check real quick. They're 100 PSIs max, but I don't think I'd blow them up that high. And they are 2.35, but they're a little more, I want to say, narrow than something like a 2.35 Merit Brian Foster tires. These are probably a little smaller, maybe it's because the rim's a little more narrow, but the reason I did choose these rims was because I knew a lot of these parts are a little heavier by Primo. For example, the stem is a CNC'd stem, so it's made from a solid block of aluminum, which definitely adds strength, but it also adds weight. So does the 4-piece bar. 4 pieces just, they tend to weigh more than the 2-piece bar. It's harder to add the butting, I believe, and you have extra metal. So that's one of the main reasons. A lot of Primos, street rims are heavy, wide, meant for really destroying the streets. And this was just more for kind of cruising, jibbing, and just like a really cool build, especially if you're a Primo fan and you're a taller rider. What did I say? I would say, I can ride it comfortably, but I wouldn't do tricks on it. I would recommend it for someone 5'10" or above. All right, so yeah, we have the tires. Front and back are the Primo wall tires. The seat here is also Stefan August's signature. It is the Primo Biscuit seat, which is really cool. It's one of the first corduroy seats that came out. It's super lightweight, which I do also like. Has this nice little writing on the back. This is one of the original corduroy seats before the King William seat. There's a bunch of them. Brock Rayford now has a corduroy seat, but my buddy Conrad told me a while back this is probably his favorite seat. Very lightweight, very comfortable, especially if you like to sit down on your bike, and I do like to sit down. So I tend to rock the seat. Connected to this seat, pivotal, is the Primo pivotal seat post. This one, unfortunately, is only 200 millimeters, but if you did buy the frame and you wanted a tall one like Stefan rides, or the guys in Sweden, the 22 crew, which, that trend is coming all the way over here with the higher seat posts. I do have tall seat posts because I like to ride my seat post high too. Moving forward, let's get to this drivetrain. Now, as of now, you got the rose gold headset. You have the rose gold front N4FL hub, the rose gold rear balance cassette hub, and here we have the rose gold Stevie Churchill 165 millimeter length, 24 millimeter spindle cranks. These do come with a Primo bottom bracket, and I'll show you here. These, I'm sure a lot of you guys saw that these cranks were on sale for like $130 for a little while there, but those stopped at 170 millimeters. Once you got to 165 and you clicked on that size, the price right away jumped up to like 195, 200. So the reason when you see cranks that are like usually 24 millimeter and they're around $200, usually they include a bottom bracket. I was watching, what was it? Bugster Bob? Dougster Bob. Shout out Dougster Bob. But I will say this. He was talking about, he did a crank review and was talking about the prices of cranks. To be honest with you, for as expensive as it is to make a crank mold and to design these and make them, to sell them at, $200 is not that high. That's the price these things have been for a long time. And with the way the economy is right now, prices aren't going up. You'll find parts that are actually less now than they were years ago. For example, I just got a set of the Animal BPE pedals, which originally retailed at $45.99, I believe. They're like a plastic pedal with the bushing system, like the King Scenics, and they don't make those anymore because apparently they weren't the best pedals ever. But I got them for like $30, new old stock, and usually parts like that, especially companies like Animal that make really good parts, they go up in price. So let's go, guys. Let's keep ordering some stuff. Let's, get some bikes to these younger kids and destroy some of these parts. So we need to start buying some new ones and get the market going again. That'll increase everybody's parts value, especially if you're into trading and you're on Marketplace, building bikes, building new ones. BMX, to be honest, is an inexpensive hobby when it comes to it. If you want to compare it to guys that ride motorcycles or build hot rods or people that are into cars, these are not very expensive bikes. This bike here, I'm selling for $950, and you guys might be like, $950? Well, if you broke it down into parts, this bike is a $1,500 bike. You can challenge me on that, and if I can't prove that to you, I don't know, next time I guess I come on, I will make sure to say that I was wrong. But I just did a quick overview, and yeah, it comes out to about $1,500, and including some of the extra stuff that I had to have done, but not that much. If you just were to buy like these rims, everything, put it together, and maybe add $50 labor for putting it together, it would come to $1,500. Other than that, it's going to be at least $1,400 for the parts alone. at least. So $9.50 I think is a pretty solid deal. If you guys think it's too much, that's okay. Then you don't have to buy it. I'm going to break it down, and if you like the rose gold, maybe you can get the wheel set. And I have the Churchill headset in rose gold. I also have the cranks in turquoise. And I also have these cranks here in 165s and 160. And I have a black set in 165. But one of the things I did forget was this beautiful sprocket. One thing I did have on here that I adjusted. This is a 24 millimeter spline drive Mugatu sprocket by Demolition. This sprocket is guaranteed for life. It is made of chromoly, I believe 4130 chromoly. No, I know it's made of chromoly. So the design is pretty, lightweight for chromoly. And like I said, guaranteed for life. I don't really know what else to say after that, but you probably don't need a hub guard, especially not with a nice half-link chain. This is the KMC HL wide. I know a lot of guys like the Shadow interlock, but Shadow is not one of my distros, and I do like that chain as well, but sometimes things get a little pricey, so this is also a very good chain as well. The one thing I'm not a huge fan about this chain is, and it's funny because I've gotten other chains like this, the pins, the pins are dull on each end. And the reason I don't like that it's a dull pin is because when you use a chain breaker, the pin does not have a little like circular indent to go into, and it can like throw off your chain breaker. And I think dealing with these chains is a lot harder than dealing with the chain with the insert in the pin for that reason alone, because it dulls your chain breaker if you use it more than once, and it could just break it on the first shot. So I would recommend looking at the pins when you go to get a chain if you can't afford like an interlock chain, and look for the ones that aren't blunt ended on them here. They have like a little indent for that chain breaker pin. So that's just a little bike hack for you there. The pedals we have on here, it's 28 tooth sprocket, by the way. Pedals on here are the Primo Turbo pedals, which were designed by Connor Keating, who is no longer riding for Stranger, but he has two of some of the coolest parts made by Primo, including the new Superbike cranks and these turbo pedals, which connect with an Allen key directly to the crank, so you don't have as much space in between. Apparently that brings your feet closer together. It makes tail whips easier. I don't do tail whips, but I know that when guys do bar spins as well, they pinch their cranks. So the closer your foot is to the crank, the easier it's going to make things like spins, pinching the cranks for, like I said, bar spins, or landing for tail whips if you land on the cranks here. I'm not saying I do all that stuff, because I don't, but these are things that other riders enjoy about these specific parts. So black Primo 24 millimeter bottom bracket came with this, and aside from that, I think we got it all. Again, $9.50 for the build. It is a 21.69 inch top tube. I'm going to keep that sale going. I will ship it for $9.50 in the United States. So that is set. You will get everything here along with the sticker kit that comes with it, which I haven't touched. But other than that, if you wait a little bit, I'll probably be breaking it down. And if you like, any parts or want to part it out, contact me, because I'd be happy. I'll be selling the wheels. Everything's really for sale here, but I try to get the best unmatched pricing anywhere. So feel free to reach out to me. You can reach out to me on all the social media platforms. You'll find links on the YouTube channel. And I told you guys, we got 5 more people. The 5th person, it's the 8 of 8, gets the Odyssey utility pack. And I also right now have up on Instagram and Facebook some sales. I got the Colt Trey Jones frame, 20.75 on sale. Comes with the new hemp slim seat and a hat for $380. You don't find it anywhere else for less than $385, probably plus shipping. So keep an eye out for the Trey Jones frame. And, you know, I don't know. Keep watching, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I dropped it a little lower for you because I saw a guy do a bike video and I kind of liked the angle. I felt as if I could see the bike a little bit better. Tell me what you think. Tell me how the microphone sounds, because I just dropped it pretty hard outside when I was trying to do a hill bomb and get this noise on tape. Tires aren't pumped up all the way, so it might look a little wobbly. But anyway, I did drop it, and hopefully I kind of jerry-rigged it back together, and it'll work. But let me give you guys some shots of this up close. Hope you have a good day or enjoying summer, and I'll try to get some more videos out to you ASAP, as well as giveaways. One love. 9.5-inch come-over bars. Art by the Hourglass Theory. Chase D grips by Primo, nice and sticky. There's your Primo down stem, some nice XL bolts, and beautiful top cap of the Primo Infinity forks. You can see the rose gold Primo mid stem and the taller head tube. The N4FL hub and the alloy hub guards. Moving on, that sticker comes upside down. Your 24mm Churchill cranks and big platform turbo pedal. Mugatu sprocket. And your rear balance XL. This hub comes with a 19mm socket that you're going to need to tighten that and loosen. Your soft biscuit seat. Protect your buns. And beautiful pivotal head set. Alright guys, thanks for watching, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And I'll be back with another one ASAP, which isn't right away.